In the year 410 AD, the last Roman soldiers marched out of Britain forever. For almost 400 years, Rome had ruled the island, built roads, cities, and mighty walls. But now, the legions were gone. The people left behind, the Romano-Britons, suddenly had to protect themselves. From the north and west came fierce raiders, Picts, Scots, and others, burning farms and stealing everything they could. Britain was rich, but weak and scared. Local British chiefs fought back as best they could, but they needed help. Real warriors.
Must retreat to the hills. I will not abandon this camp. We are the guardians of powers.
So around the year 450, a desperate plan was born. Hire mercenaries from across the North Sea. Word was sent to three tough Germanic tribes, the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes. People who lived in what is now northern Germany and Denmark. These were tall, long-haired warriors who knew how to fight. They arrived in small wooden boats, shields painted with wild beasts. At first, the Britons cheered. These newcomers pushed back the raiders and were paid with silver, food, and land. Everyone thought, we found strong new friends. The Angles, Saxons, and Jutes didn't want to leave. Their old homelands were cold, crowded, and often flooded. Britain, green fields, gentle rivers, and plenty of space. To them, this island looked like paradise. More boats came, this time bringing wives, children, whole families. They stopped being guests and started becoming settlers. Arguments over land and money quickly turned into battles.
This land is ours.
By the late 400s, open war had begun. What started as hired help became a full invasion. The eastern coasts fell first. Saxon warriors took villages and never gave them back. But the Britons fought back hard. Legends tell of a great leader called Arthur. We don't know if he was exactly as the stories say, but someone powerful must have existed. For almost a generation, the British tribes stood together. The greatest battle was at Mount Badon, around the year 500. There, the invaders were crushed so badly that real peace followed for decades. Children grew up never hearing the sound of war. Sadly, the Britons never formed one strong kingdom. Their kings kept arguing and fighting each other. While they quarreled, more and more Anglo-Saxon ships quietly landed. Slowly, quietly, the newcomers took more land. By the 600s, just 150 years later, the Angles and Saxons controlled most of eastern Britain. They built 7 main kingdoms you might have heard of. Northumbria in the north, Mercia in the middle, East Anglia, Essex, Sussex, Wessex in the south, and the Jutes took Kent. These are the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. Together we call this time Anglo-Saxon England. The old Britons didn't disappear. They moved west to Wales, Cornwall, and the mountains, keeping their language and memories alive. From there, they watched the Anglo-Saxon world grow stronger. Among the Anglo-Saxons, power moved like the wind. First, Northumbria was the strongest, famous for beautiful books and brave kings. Then, Mercia rose. Its greatest king, Offa, who ruled around 757 to 796, built a massive earth wall called Offa's Dyke to keep the Welsh out. For a while, Mercia ruled almost the whole island. But in 793, everything changed. Smoke rose from the holy island of Lindisfarne. Dragon-headed ships, fast and deadly, attacked without warning. These were the Vikings from Norway and Denmark. At first, they just raided for gold and slaves. But soon, whole Viking armies came to conquer and settle, just like the Anglo-Saxons had done centuries before. By the 860s and 870s, the Vikings took half of England. They created a huge area called the Danelaw, ruled by Viking law. One by one, Anglo-Saxon kingdoms fell. It looked like the Anglo-Saxon story was about to end. But one king refused to give up. His name was Alfred, King of Wessex, the last free Anglo-Saxon kingdom, later called Alfred the Great.
King of Wessex.
Alfred didn't just fight, he thought. He built fortified towns, called burhs, started the first English navy, and made every man train as a soldier. In 878, at the Battle of Edington, he defeated the biggest Viking army England had ever seen. He forced their leader, Guthrum, to make peace, and even become Christian. Alfred used that peace to make his people stronger. He rebuilt schools, translated books, and wrote fair laws. His dream: turn the separate Anglo-Saxon kingdoms into one country called England. After Alfred died in 899, his children and grandchildren kept fighting. Bit by bit, they took back the Danelaw. By the early 900s, the idea of England, one nation, was becoming real. But in 1016, a powerful Danish king named Knut conquered the whole country. Surprisingly, he ruled well and kept many Anglo-Saxon ways.
Wisdom must be firmer than fear.
For a short time, England was part of a great North Sea empire. When Canut's family died out, the old Anglo-Saxon kings came back, but they were tired and divided. In 1066, two invaders attacked at once: Harold Hardrada, a Viking king from the north, and William, Duke of Normandy from the south. King Harold Godwinson beat the Vikings at Stamford Bridge, but 3 weeks later, lost everything to William at the Battle of Hastings. Harold died on the battlefield. Arrow in the eye. The Anglo-Saxon age, 600 years of struggle, was over. Yet the Anglo-Saxons didn't really lose. They gave us the English language we speak today. They planted the roots of English law, villages, and freedom. Even after the Normans won, ordinary people still spoke English, worked the same fields, and kept the same dreams. Modern England, and everything that came after, was built on the courage, the wars, and the hope of the Anglo-Saxon people.